Hi, my name is Nick Tonioni, and I am the studio coordinator for the Studio NPL program at Nashville Public Library. You'll be joining us this year for virtual field trip experience, where you'll work with myself and a couple of our staff, Ashley and Saran, who you'll meet in a second. Now for me, you'll be learning a little bit about 3D design. When I was in middle school, we didn't really have 3D printers, and I didn't know much about 3D design, but where I went to school in St. Louis, Missouri, we had a pretty cool theater department, and I was really into English and reading and writing and poetry, and so I got into theater. I continued theater in high school and even went to college at Illinois Wesleyan University, which is a really small school kind of near Chicago, Illinois, if you've heard of Chicago. There I studied more theater, but I also started to learn how to do things like setting up microphones, run a camera, run lights, do graphic design so I could make posters and playbills for the theaters. And when I left college, I was really interested in taking all these skills and getting out in the world and finding a way to use these skills to tell my story and to express myself through my art. Well, eventually that led me into teaching at the Chicago Public Library, where I taught people how to do graphic design and then eventually 3D design. Well, finally, I moved down here to Nashville, where we have the Studio NPL program with recording studios, with robots, and with 3D printers. You'll be learning how to do some 3D design so you can make something that could be 3D printed. You'll be working with simple shapes like squares and circles and turning them into a castle that you can build and customize and share with your family, your friends, and your schoolmates. I hope you enjoy your STEM Expeditions trip to the virtual Studio NPL.
Hey there, my name is Ashley Adkins-Irons, and I am the sewing mentor here at Studio NPL at the Nashville Public Library. When I was in school, we did not exactly have design or engineering programs. This was at Greenbrier High School up in Robertson County, north of Nashville. Yet we did do a lot of reading. So I was really into reading, and I was into sketching costumes and clothing for the characters that I was reading about in the books that we were covering. A few years later, I continued learning how to hand sew, and I often used resources that I found at my own public library where I lived. Later on, this hobby helped inspire me to apply and go to the Textiles and Merchandising program at Middle Tennessee State University. Now, after college, I worked as a seamstress for various designers. I worked on set assisting stylists for TV and photo shoots. And eventually I landed a job for a local company here in Nashville that makes clothing. Now, at this garment company, I was able to help out with the design process. So we were creating new designs and samples, testing them out. Now, sometimes they wouldn't really work out. So you keep the parts that work and you get rid of the parts that didn't work quite so well or replace them with something else and try it again. And you continue this cycle until you get a garment that you love and it fits really well. And this was where I learned that I really loved teaching sewing to my fellow coworkers, and I loved teaching just basic design and engineering for pattern design. So eventually that led me here to Studio NPL, where I work with students and help them make their designs come to life. So whether it's art, textiles, sewing, basically anything construction or making wise, I really love helping us sit down and figure out how to construct a project from start to finish. In my virtual field trip, you'll be learning how to construct and launch your very own straw rocket. This way, you can experiment with different lengths or different fins on your rocket, and this can affect how your rocket flies through the air. You can also record your findings and compare this with classmates, or maybe you have some siblings or your parents if they want to participate as well. I hope you enjoy this virtual field trip from our virtual Studio NPL. Have a great day.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining us for this virtual camp. My name is Saran. I am the audio mentor at Studio NPL. I am also a spoken word and music production mentor with Southern Word, and I am so excited to be able to dive in with you to be able to create your own tracks through the music segment of this camp. So without further ado, let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm a hip hop artist, a spoken word artist, a music producer. I have toured all over the world, and I spent my time getting educated at MTSU with a bachelor's degree in audio engineering. So I have a lot of experience, and I'm so excited to share it with you today and to help you start making amazing tracks from the comfort of your own device. Whether it's a computer, a tablet, or a phone, we are gonna get you rocking and rolling. So let me tell you about what you're gonna get. So we are going to be using the Chrome Music Lab, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about 3 different components that you'll be utilizing through this lab to be able to make your own track. So first, we're gonna talk a little bit about the Song Maker, and once we talk about that module, you'll get to see everything that you need to be able to make your own track, but to see it, you have to break it down. So then we'll jump over to the rhythm module, and we'll talk about beats, we'll talk about how you hear rhythm, different types of instruments, and how you can feel the beat, and also have these cute little animations that you can watch to be able to support it. So once we talk about rhythm, then we're gonna move over to the melody maker, and from here we'll talk about pitch and being able to create your own melodies, and then we're gonna jump back to the song maker where you can see both of these modules put together, where you're able to make and construct your own melody and even make chords. Then you can make your own rhythm, you can change the scale, you can change the tempo, and then from there you can actually save it and export it for the comfort of your own listening pleasure after you've done it, or you can send the link out to other people so they can load it up and change things around, and you can actually collaborate with other individuals. So thank you so much, and I am looking forward to this so much, and I hope that you enjoy it. Until then, take care.